Hi friends, this is Indian Polity series for UPSC, State Public Service Commission and all competitive examinations. In this series, we will be discussing each and every chapter of the Indian Polity and Constitution. This is the first video. In the first video, we will be discussing evolution of Indian Constitution. Question number 1. Which of the following gave the idea of Constituent Assembly for India? Simon Commission, Rajaji Formula, Cabinet Mission, Wavell Plan. Correct answer, Cabinet Mission. Cabinet Mission is a group of 3 members visited India in 1946 and granted a constitutional assembly to free India. Question number 2. The Constitution of India was enacted on 26 November 1949 by Constituent Assembly. Correct answer is A. Question number 3. By which of the following act Legislative Council of India received the power to discuss the budget? Correct answer is Indian Council Act 1892. Budget introduced first time in India in 1860. Question number 4. When did the Indian Constituent Assembly meet the first time? Correct answer is C. 9th December 1946. Constitutional Assembly first met in New Delhi. Question number 5. Who was the constitutional advisor at the time of the formation of the Constitution? Correct answer is C. B.N. Rao. Benagala Narasimha Rao is the advisor to the Constitutional Assembly. He prepared a draft constitution in 1948. Question number 6. Who among the following was the first law minister of India? Correct answer is C. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar is the first law minister of India. Maulana Abul Kalam Azad, he is the first educational minister of independent India. Question number 7. In the interim government formed in 1946, the vice president of the executive council was, correct answer is Jawaharlal Nehru. Jawaharlal Nehru is the Vice President of the Governor General's Executive Council. Lord Wavell invited him in 1946 September to form the interim government and Nehru formed the government. Question number 8. In which of the following acts the provision was made for the establishment of Supreme Court at Calcutta? Correct answer is A. Regulating Act of 1773 granted a Supreme Court to British India that was established in Calcutta in 1774. Question number 9. With reference to the period of British rule in India, Indian Statutory Commission is popularly known as. Correct answer is Simon Commission. Simon Commission visited India in 1928. It is a body of 7 members led by John Simon. The main purpose of Simon Commission is to review the constitutional development of 1919 Government of India Act. Question number 10. Assertion. Notwithstanding the introduction of the provincial autonomy, the Government of India Act 1935 retained control of the central government over the provinces in a certain sphere. Reason. The governor was required to act in his own discretion in certain matters for which he was to act without ministerial advice and under the control and direction of the Governor General of India. Correct answer is A. 1935 Government of India Act granted provincial autonomy, means independence to the states. States selected their ministers, but still governor is under the guidelines of the Governor General of India. So answer is A. Question number 11. In which year was Janagana Mana adopted as the national anthem of India? Correct answer is 1950. 1950, January 24th, this is the last sitting of Constitutional Assembly. The Assembly adopted Janagana Mana as national anthem and Babu Rajendra Prasad was elected as the President of India. Janagana Mana was written by Rabindranath Tagore in 1911. In the same year, first time Janagana Mana was sang in Calcutta Congress session. Question number 12. Who gave the idea of a constituent assembly firstly for the formation of constitution for India? Correct answer is Swaraj Party in 1934. Apart from the Swaraj Party, another very prominent person, M.N. Roy, Manavendra Roy, he is a communist pioneer. He also demanded for the Constitutional Assembly for forthcoming India. Question number 13. Which of the following acts introduced the principle of constitutional autocracy? Correct answer is C. Constitutional autocracy means constitution is supreme and the executive is accountable to the legislature. Question number 14. Who of the following moved the objectives resolution in the Constituent Assembly? Correct answer is Jawaharlal Nehru. Jawaharlal Nehru introduced objectives resolution on 13th December 1946. The resolution got passed 22nd January 1948. Later, objectives resolution got converted as the preamble, so that preamble reflects what are the objectives of the Constitution of India. Question number 15. Which one among the following is an incorrect statement about the Constitutional Assembly? Question incorrect statement. Statement 1. It worked with the help of large number of committees. The most important committee is drafting committee. Yes, this is correct. Constitutional Assembly had multiple committees are there. One of the prominent committees is drafting committee. B. Minority communities like Christians, Anglo-Indians and Parsis were adequately represented in the Assembly. Yes. All sections of society represented in the Constitutional Assembly. C. It was elected on the basis of universal adult franchise. This is incorrect statement. Constitutional Assembly was not elected on universal adult franchise. It is elected on the limited franchise. Only few people, nearly 15% of the population had right to vote. Especially taxpayers and the property owners had the right to vote. D. Its electoral process was based on the 6th schedule of the Act of 1935, which allowed for a restricted franchise based on tax and property. Yes, D also correct. So, our answer is C. Question number 16. The drafting committee of the Constituent Assembly under Dr. B.R. Ambedkar had how many other members? Answer is 6 members. Drafting committee was appointed on 29th August 1947 with 6 members. Ambedkar is the chairperson. Alladi Krishnaswamy Iyer, Gopalaswamy Iyengar, K.M. Munshi, Sir Syed Muhammad Sadullah, B.L. Mittar and D.P. Khaitan. The 6 are the members of the drafting committee. Later, D.P. Khaitan and B.L. Mittar are replaced by Krishnamachari and Madhavrao because of health issues. Question number 17. Who proposed the preamble before the drafting committee of the Constitution? Jawaharlal Nehru proposed preamble before the drafting committee. Preamble is nothing but objectives resolution. Question number 18. Which of the following acts set up diarchy at the central level? 1935 Government of India Act introduced diarchy at central level. Question number 19. Which act for the first time made it possible for Indians to take some share in the administration of their country? Correct answer is D. Indian Council Act 1861. 1861 permitted to nominate 3 Indians to the Governor General's Legislative Council. The 3 Indians are Maharaja of Patiala, King of Benares and Sir Dinakara Rao. The 3 members nominated to the Legislative Council. Question number 20. Which act of the British Parliament abolished the East India Company monopoly over trade in India? Answer is C. Charter Act of 1813. 1813 Charter Act abolished British monopoly, British East India Company's monopoly, and every British citizen permitted to trade with India. But trade with tea and trade with China, the two retained by the East India Company, means other not permitted to trade in tea and in China. Question number 21. The provision for the establishment of All India Federation was included in. Correct answer is 1935. 1935 Government of India Act proposed a All India Federation with British territory and the princely states. Of course, it was not materialized because of the outbreak of the Second World War in 1939. Actually, Government of India Act 1935 came into force in 1937. Question number 22. The Federal Court of India was established in which of the following year? Federal Court was established in 1937 in New Delhi. 1935 Government of India Act granted a federal court to India that was established in 1937 in New Delhi. Question number 23. A federal system and a diarchy at the center was introduced in India by 1935 Government of India Act introduced federal system and diarchy. Question number 24. The principle of diarchy refers to, what is meant by diarchy? A. Division of the central legislature into 2 houses. Incorrect. Introduction of double government, that is central and state governments. Incorrect. C. Division of the subjects delegated to the provinces into 2 categories. Yes, this is correct. D also incorrect. What is diarchy? Diarchy means total powers, executive powers divided into 2 groups. One is reserved and other are transferred. This kind of division is known as the diarchy. Question number 25. One among the following was not a silent feature of the Government of India Act 1935. Option A. The Act provided for an All India Federation. Correct. B. Residuary powers were allocated to the provincial legislatures. Incorrect. It marked the beginning of the provincial autonomy. Yes. It abolished diarchy at the provincial level and introduced it at the central level. Yes, this is also correct. 1919 Government of India Act introduced diarchy at a provincial level. 1935 Government of India Act abolished diarchy at a provincial level and introduced at a central level. So, our answer is C. Question number 26. The members of the Constituent Assembly from the provinces were A. Directly elected by the people of those provinces. Incorrect. Nominated by the Indian National Congress and Muslim League. Incorrect. Elected by the provincial legislative assemblies, yes, correct. Selected by the government for their expertise in constitutional matters, this is also incorrect. So answer is C. Constitutional Assembly members are elected by the members of the provincial legislative councils through the proportionate representative system. This is indirect election. They are not elected on universal adult franchise, they are elected with the limited franchise. But the members of the princely states, 93 members from the princely states are nominated by the princely rulers. But each member of the Constitutional Assembly represented 1 million population. Question number 27. In how many provinces was the Congress ministry formed in the election of 1937? 1935 Government of India Act granted provincial autonomy. In 1937, elections conducted for the provinces. Out of 11 provinces, Congress formed government in 8 provinces. 28. Consider the following statements. The design of the national flag was adopted by the Constituent Assembly on 22nd January 1947, correct statement. The wheel in national flag has 21 spokes, this is incorrect, 24 spokes are there. The ratio of the width of the national flag to its length 3:4, this is also incorrect, 2:3 is the ratio. So that answer is only 1, B is the correct answer. Question number 29. The discussions in the third roundtable conference eventually led to the passing of Government of India Act 1935, correct? The Government of India Act 1935 provided for the establishment of an All India Federation to be based on a union of the provinces of British India and the princely states. Yes, correct. Both are correct. So, answer is C. Question number 30. As per Cabinet Mission Plan, in the Constituent Assembly to decide allotted member seats in each province, one representative was in ratio to which population? Correct answer is 10 lakhs, means 1 million. One member of the Constitutional Assembly represented the 10 lakh population, not voters. Don't confuse, not voters, it is the population. Question number 31. The Act of 1909 was associated with introduction of separate electorate, decentralization, diarchy, legislative councils. Correct answer is A, separate electorates to the Muslims. 1909 Act introduced separate electorates to the Muslims so that Lord Minto is known as the father of communal representation in India. He is the Governor General of India and Lord Marley is the Secretary of State of India. The Act is named after the both. Question number 32. Who among the following persons was not a member of the Cabinet Mission? As we know, 1946 Cabinet Mission visited India. In the Cabinet Mission, there are 3 members are there, Pethick Lawrence, Stafford Cripps and A.V. Alexander. The 3 are the members of the Cabinet Mission, but William Wood is not member of the Cabinet Mission. So that the answer is A. Question number 33. When was the third reading of the Indian Constituent Assembly started? Correct answer is B, 14th November 1949. 14th November 1949 to 26th November 1949, third reading of the Constitutional Assembly. First reading 4th to 9th November 1948. Second reading November 1948 to October 1949, second reading. Second reading is very important because in the second reading, Constitution discussed class by class, subclass by subclass, so that it is very important. Question number 34. Which one of the following acts laid the foundation of the British administration in India? Answer: Regulating Act 1773, option is A. It is the first act enacted by the British Parliament to regulate the affairs of East India Company in India. Question number 35. Why is the Government of India Act important? Government of India Act 1935, why is important? It is the main source of the Indian Constitution. It gave independence to India. It envisages partition of India. It abolished native states. Correct answer is A. It is the main source of the Indian Constitution. 1935 Government of India Act itself is a very bulky one. It has nearly 321 articles and 10 schedules are there. Out of 321 articles, nearly 200 articles incorporated in our Indian Constitution, so that 1935 Government of India Act is a very important source of the Indian Constitution. Question number 36. Constitution Day of India is celebrated on 26th October, 26th November, 26th January, 15th August. Correct answer is 26th November. 1949, 26th November, Constitutional Assembly passed the drafted Constitution, so that the day is celebrated as the Constitutional Day. Previously, it was celebrated as National Law Day, but 2015 onwards, it is being celebrated as Constitutional Day. Question number 37. The first draft of the Constitution was prepared by, answer is B. B.N. Rao, Benagala Narsinga Rao. He prepared the first draft Constitution in 1948. Question number 38. Reasoning and assertion question. Assertion. The Constitution of India provides for all necessities of the country. Reason. It is known or called as adopted Constitution. Which one is the true? Answer is B. Both A and R are true, but R is not the correct explanation of A. See here, the Constitution of India provides for all necessities for the country. Yes. Reasoning, it is known or called as adopted Constitution. As it is adopted Constitution, it is a criticism on the Constitution, because the framers of the Constitution took so many models from the different constitutions in the world. That's why there is a criticism on the Constitution, bundle of borrowing. But Ambedkar answered to this question, no one had patent right on the Constitution. Anyhow, here answer is B. Question number 39. Who amongst the following advised that the Indian National Congress should be disbanded as a political party after the independence of India? Answer is Mahatma Gandhi. Mahatma Gandhi suggested to abolish or disbanded the Indian National Congress, which fought for the freedom, but it couldn't. Now it continue. Question number 40. Which one of the following is not an important and permanent constituent in the constitutional history of India as adopted in the Government of India Act? Means, which one of the following is not the important provision of 1935 Government of India Act? Option A, a written constitution for India. First, let us see the all options. Elected representation to the legislatures, envisaging a scheme of federation, Nomination of official members to the legislature. D is correct, C is correct, B is correct, but A is incorrect. It is not the provision of 1935 Government of India Act having a written constitution for the forthcoming India. Question number 41. The distribution of powers between center and states as in the Constitution of India is based on which of the following plans? Correct answer is 1935 Government of India Act. 1935 Government of India Act established a federation and set up a division of powers between center and the states under three lists: union list, state list and concurrent list. This mechanism made by the 1935 Government of India Act. Question number 42. Who was the chairman of the National Flag Committee? Answer is B. Dr. Rajendra Prasad is the chairman of the National Flag Committee. Question number 43. Which of the following acts introduced a bicameral legislature at central level? Bicameral legislature means two houses in the parliament. One is upper house and other is the lower house. This system at national level introduced by 1919 Government of India Act. 1919 Government of India Act introduced bicameral legislature at national level. Upper house is the Council of States and the lower house is the Legislative Assembly. But 1935 Government of India Act introduced bicameral legislature at a provincial level as well. 1919 Act at a national level, 1935 Act at a provincial level. But bicameralism at provincial level is an option but not a constitutional mandatory. So that even today, out of 28 states, only few states have bicameral legislative body at say state level, but not all the states, because it is not the constitutional obligation to the states. Question number 44. The Constituent Assembly set up a drafting committee under chairmanship of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar on, answer is D, 29th August 1947. Drafting committee was set up on 29th August 1947 with 7 members. In the federation established under the Act of 1935, residuary powers were given to the Governor General. Residuary powers means the subjects which are not enumerated either in union list, state list or concurrent list. The subjects which are beyond the three lists are called residuary powers. 1935 Government of India Act granted this power to the Governor General of India. In India, residuary powers after independence given to the center. But actually in federal countries like America, residuary powers given to the states in America. But in India, they are given to the center because we are following the Canadian model of the federation, where the residuary powers are given to the center. Question number 46. The power of the President to issue ordinance is a relic of Government of India Act 1935. Answer is B. 1935 Government of India Act granted ordinance making power to the Governor General of India. But in Indian Constitution, Article 123, President issues ordinance, and Article 213, Governor issues ordinance. Only President and Governor issues an ordinance in India. But the life of ordinance is 6 months. Question number 47. Who was the chairman of the Provincial Constitution Committee of the Constituent Assembly? Answer is Sardar Patel. Sardar Patel is the chairman of the Provincial Constitution Committee. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar is the chairman of Drafting Committee. Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru is the chairman of Union Constitution Committee, Union Powers Committee and the States Committee. Rajendra Prasad is the chairman of Steering Committee and the Rules Committee. Sardar Patel is the chairman of Advisory Committee and the Provincial Constitution Committee. Question number 48. Assertion: India is a democratic country. Reason: India has a constitution of its own. Answer is B. Both A and R are true, but R is not the correct explanation of A. Every country having a constitution may not be a democratic country, but a democratic country must have a constitution. Example, India, democratic country, we have a written constitution. England is also a democratic country, they have unwritten constitution. But China having a constitution but not a democratic country. So that constitution is very, very important for a democratic country, but a country having a constitution may be a democratic country, may not be a democratic country. Question number 49. Who was the first elected chairman of Constituent Assembly? Correct answer is Dr. Rajendra Prasad. Constitutional Assembly first sat on 9th December 1946. On the day, Sachidananda Sinha was appointed as the temporary chairman of the Constitutional Assembly by following the French tradition. French tradition means senior member of the house is the temporary president. 11th December 1946, Constitutional Assembly elected Rajendra Prasad as its permanent chairman. Question number 50. Who was the chairman of Advisory Committee on Fundamental Rights and Minorities constituted by the Constituent Assembly? Answer is Sardar Patel. He is the chairman of the Advisory Committee on Fundamental Rights. Question number 51. The Constitution of India has 20 parts. Wrong, 22 parts. There are 390 articles in Indian Constitution. This is wrong, 395 articles. Third statement. 9th, 10th, 11th and 12th schedules were added to the Constitution of India by the Constitutional Amendment Acts. Correct. Only third statement is correct. So, answer is C. 9th schedule added by the first Constitutional Amendment Act of 1951 deals with land reforms. 10th schedule added by the 52nd Constitutional Amendment Act of 1985 deals with the anti-defection. 11th schedule deals with the panchayatis, Grama Panchayatis added by the 73rd Amendment Act. 12th schedule deals with the municipalities or Nagarapalakas added by the 74th Amendment Act. Both 11th and 12th schedules added in 1992. Question number 52. Who or which of the following is the custodian of the Constitution of India? Direct question. Answer is Supreme Court of India. Supreme Court of India is the apex court of India. It is the highest court in the administration of justice system in India. Supreme Court is the protector of the Constitution. Supreme Court is the guardian of the Constitution. Supreme Court is the protector of the fundamental rights. Question number 53. Who among the following was a non-Congress member of the Constituent Assembly? Answer is B. Ambedkar is not a Congress member of the Constituent Assembly. He is elected from SC constituencies. What was the duration in the making of the Indian Constitution? Direct question but very important. Answer is C. 2 years, 11 months and 18 days. Question number 55. Consider the following statements regarding the composition of the Constituent Assembly. The representatives were to be elected from the 4 constituencies: Hindus, Muslims, Sikh and Christian. This is wrong, because they are elected from Muslims, Sikh and general category, not Hindus, not Christians, so that it is incorrect. The chairman of the Union Constitution Committee was Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. This is also incorrect. Correct is Jawaharlal Nehru is the chairman of the Union Constitution Committee. The strength of the Constituent Assembly was 389. This is correct. Fourth one, the drafting committee under the chairmanship of Ambedkar consisted 8 members. This is wrong. 7 members it had. So that this is also incorrect. Correct answer is C, only 3. Question number 56. Consider the following statements. Dr. Sachidananda Sinha was elected as the provincial president of the Constituent Assembly. Yes, we discussed in the previous question. Second, H.C. Mukherjee was elected as the Vice President of the Constitutional Assembly. Yes, correct. Constitutional Assembly first elected Sachidananda Sinha as Provincial President, and second H.C. Mukherjee and Krishnamachari as the Vice Presidents of the Constitutional Assembly. B.N. Rao is advisor to the Constitutional Assembly. Airavatam is the emblem of the Constitutional Assembly. So answer is both 1 and 2 are correct. Question number 57. Assertion and reasoning. Assertion. The Constitution of India has become the longest one. Reasoning. The chapter on fundamental rights have been borrowed from the model of American Constitution. Yes, both are correct, but R is not the correct explanation of A, so that answer is B. Question number 58. Which of the following statements about the formation of the Constituent Assembly is or correct? Statement 1. The members of the Constituent Assembly were chosen on the basis of the provincial elections of 1946. Yes. The Constituent Assembly did not include the representatives of the princely states. Incorrect statement. Princely states are given 93 seats. Statement 3. The discussions within the Constituent Assembly were not influenced by the opinions expressed by the public. This is also incorrect statement. Statement 4. In order to create a sense of collective participation, submissions were solicited from the public. Yes, this is correct statement. 1 and 4 statements are correct, so that answer is D. Question number 59. The mind of the markers of the Constitution of India is reflected in which of the following? Direct question. Answer is preamble. Preamble reflects the ideas and aims and objectives of the Indian Constitution. Question number 60. How many women members are there in the Constituent Assembly? Direct question, it is the previous question. 15 women members are there in the Constituent Assembly.